Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva, and today I decided to make a video on this concept that's kind of been around my life for the past couple of years, and it is why we should look for peace rather than happiness. So often enough I feel like people judge how successful someone is in terms of their mental health or how happy someone is based on this measure of happiness, which, you know, if we talk about the happiness makes sense. But I would say that in general we are not specific enough about our concepts when we judge someone based on their mood. So saying that someone's happy is a bit more than just saying that they're in a good mood, right? It defines how fulfilled you are ultimately with your life at that present moment. If you, in your regular day-to-day life, in the past few weeks or months or years, have found that your purpose has been met, or that you have a fulfilling life that you look forward to every single day, I think that's what we generally, as a society, define as happy when we ask someone if they are that. And so the thought of happy and whether we're happy makes us think about happiness and this feeling that we define as being content with our lives all the time, every single day, and looking forward to waking up every day because that is what being fulfilled feels like. And sure enough, a lot of us are happy in that sense of the term, but if you have been living for a couple of years now as a human, you know that things are not always linear and definitely not constant. We are not always in the same mood. We have fluctuations. There are things in our environment that change how we feel every single day. And so you can wake up, feel incredible, and then read the news or watch something that maybe made you think about this part of your life that you've been ignoring for a bit, and suddenly you're in a low mood and you ask yourself, is this just one of those days? I like to take a shower when that happens, and it just immediately makes me reset to, okay, and that day over, let's actually restart this day from now on. It's obviously nice for us to sit with our feelings, but ultimately if you feel like something that's out of your control has changed how your perspective is and you would like it to return to your baseline, then I feel like it's good to have some habits that you know work so you can go back to how you want to function. But back to this concept of happiness. What I found in my last few years is that ultimately I am not seeking to be content every single day, or rather enthusiastic about life every single day. There are days in which I'm just chilling. I'm just thinking about what task I have to do and I just flow through the day, and that makes me feel very fulfilled. So what am I feeling in there? It's definitely not what I guess society calls happiness, but it's something that I value much more, and I feel like we are actually looking for rather than happiness. Because what we look for, I would argue, is peace. When we feel safe in our environment, when we feel that everything is going to be taken care of itself and things are just going to flow, you are going to do your tasks, you are going to contribute to society in your own way, and you are going to go through the day and do your best to achieve whatever you set yourself out to achieve. And if you don't, that's okay. You will try again tomorrow as long as you keep trying. That feeling to me is peace. It's the idea of flow, passively integrated with calmness and an understanding that the universe has always been there with or without you, and therefore your presence in here is something you should enjoy rather than force. I say this because I've always been a very forceful person, and so I spend a lot of my time on this earth trying to force things to happen, trying to really push on things, and I feel like that's a quality I have that's a double-edged sword. On one end, it makes me very productive. It makes me so enthusiastic about starting projects and finishing them that it really takes over all my energy. So it can be fantastic when I'm enthusiastic about something because I'm going to have an insane amount of energy. It can also be bad, however, and very stressful and quite bad for my health if I let that consume me in a way that makes me very, very frustrated every time something doesn't go according to plan. And so I used to feel really angry whenever things don't work out because I felt that things needed to be controlled And if they're not in control, then something might happen, which it will always happen. Something will always be outside your reach. But I had to come into peace with this concept of there's only so much I can control in my life, and most of that is how I act, how I think, how I perceive my own things, and how I choose to turn up for my friends and the people that I love, including myself. Everything else is often outside our reach, and we can try as hard as we can to grasp it, but sometimes it will just not go according to plan. I think peace is when you make peace with that and understand that things are going to work out regardless. Even if it's not for the thing that you wanted or that you think you wanted, they're going to work out. They're going to keep happening because life finds a way. And this is not to say that whatever you want is just going to happen without you trying. It's to say that you shouldn't force anything that feels utterly counterproductive to your mood, because the best thing we can do for ourselves and for tasks to run smoothly is to take care of ourselves, to again turn up to the world like we want to be seen, like we want to feel. So whenever I feel slight procrastination coming at the corner of me, I like to think, how is the best version of myself going to act in the next few minutes in regards to this thought? It helps me to act according to my best interest when I separate my thoughts and my immediate desires from the person that I one day want to be. And I really feel that we can try to be that ideal version of ourselves every day, even in tiny actions, as long as they resemble this thing that we're aiming for. This isn't to say that you should be someone different than you are, but I think we all have the worst version of ourselves and the best version of ourselves. And I like to idealize that. I like to think, what would the best version of me, based on what I know I can achieve, based on my past references, do right now? We're not always going to be the same person, nor are we always going to be able to run at the same rate that we did a couple of years ago, or keep pushing like we did when we were 19. Things are going to change, but peace is being okay with that. And I would say that makes you a way more fulfilled person than this concept of always being smiling and happy and completely enthusiastic with joy. Joy is great, but it is fleeting, and so the best thing you can feel in your life for you to be a fulfilled person is peace, with the fact that everything is going to be there, not as you found it, changed. The world is constantly in flux and change, and you are too. And thinking we are responsible for everything going okay with our lives is completely delusional. We are responsible for taking care of this body, this mind, and enjoying the ride. As a last point, I don't want to dismiss productivity or anything like that when I say that peace is being okay with things just happening. I think that coincidentally, when you are peaceful, you are more productive, you're a better partner, and you are a much happier person. And so sometimes taking that 5-minute break to really not think about anything, but to enjoy the fact that this is constantly changing and life is out there and within you, and you are, at least you think you are conscious, that in itself should be peaceful enough, a curiosity inducing for you to be excited about the next moment and yet enjoy the stillness of being there. I hope you liked this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below. I look forward to seeing you soon, and I hope you've been enjoying the last couple of videos that I've been posting. I know they're quite different, but they really resonate with my journey so far, with switching from an all-around productivity stressed person to a more whole, fulfilled one who also really values being productive and making things happen. I hope to see you soon, and until then, don't forget to check in with yourself at any moment you can.